From painting, sculpting, writing poetry and literature, or any other forms of art there are in the world, there is no doubt that art has been one of the greatest methods for artists to express their stories, emotions, and meaning to other people throughout generations. Artists worldwide strive to express themselves and to inspire others to continue an everlasting history of art. Painting, for example, has been one of the oldest forms of art throughout generations and continues to be influential for many people. But what makes painting so important? The importance of painting and how it became so meaningful globally is because it carries a lot of art elements which focuses on delivering meaning to the viewers. Throughout painting's continuous journey, it has lived through different cultures, eras, and art movements. These eras such as classical art, Renaissance, Impressionism, Romanticism, Cubism, modern art, and contemporary art are just a few well-known examples of popular art periods that have been a huge impact to art history. Most of the art periods are different from one another because of the artist's culture, beliefs, and how they create their artworks with specific art elements. For example, Impressionism artwork is identified by their small, thin brushstrokes. Art elements such as line, color, and light may all look simple to the viewer's eye, but any of the elements are key aspects of meaning that are created by the artists. Edward Manet and Francisco Goya are two different artists from different art movements who both created artworks that are opposite from each other, but they also successfully utilized the art elements such as line, color, and light to bring so much meaning and detail behind their works. Edward Manet is a French painter born in Paris and is most famous for his Impressionist paintings. Throughout his education and interest for painting, he improved his skills by traveling and was influenced by a variety of different art styles by famous artists such as Caravaggio, Peter Paul Rubens, Diego Velázquez, and Francisco Goya. Many of his paintings consist of different art styles he developed from his inspirations. Edward Manet's Boating in 1874 is one of his great paintings that show his art techniques. Boating was painted during summer when Manet was at a family home in Paris. The painting depicts Claude Monet and his wife on a boat, sailing onto a famous French river, the Seine. However, there is a lot of speculation that the depiction of the two people could be someone else. Some people believe the man in the painting is Rodolphe Leonov, Manet's brother-in-law, and the woman could be his Dutch wife or friend. The man is wearing all white clothing which depicts the uniform of the Tony Saclay Nautique Boating Club. Manet painted this on an oil canvas and outdoors in the open air, which is one of the Impressionism traits. The women's head garment features netting that was designed to keep out water from any river or dust, and it was deemed to be a health risk during the time. The painting consists of short, rapid brushstrokes and bright colors. The colors have been painted to complement each other nicely, containing different shades of blue on the woman's dress and the river in the background. The man's straw hat complements the classic wooden color of the boat and mast, which shows how matching colors was a key theme behind this painting. Manet does an excellent job with the use of white color, which shows a difference between the color of the uniform and the reflected light. The painting also shows use of strong angles, with the angle of the black ribbon in the lady's hat matching the angle of the rope tied to the sail. The bright blue colors of the river and the use of light reflecting on the man's back depicts the setting and time of this painting, which seems to be daytime or morning. Manet shows great use of perspective of the painting, with a lot of emphasis on a two-dimensional plane. The painting has a low angle to keep a flat background, no horizon being shown, and more focus on the foreground. This painting shows how Manet has mastered his painting skills with the use of smooth but short rapid strokes on the oil canvas, and with clear defined brush strokes used to build up layers of textures in the woman's dress, with a smooth merging of strokes used to blend the river together. Edward Manet's Boating really captures the idea of Manet's talent and skill as an artist and impressionist. Francisco Goya is one of Spain's most famous painters, and he is still being celebrated today, followed by all of his iconic paintings and the famous Black Painting series. The reason why Francisco was accepted into the Romanticism genre was because of his art style. He made great use of art elements such as line, color, and light, but what also made his work famous was the meaning behind his paintings. One of Francisco Goya's paintings, called Saturn Devouring His Son, is well known to be very horrific, dark, and claims to be the most disturbing painting in art history. Not only does the meaning behind this painting already have a terrifying meaning, yet it is simply the subjects in his painting which grabs the viewer's eyes that tell a dark tale. The painting shows a highly graphic, bloody, and disturbing image of a huge person eating another person's body. Goya painted his imagination of the story to increase the shocking experience of the viewers. The black-colored background allows the viewer to focus on the subjects with a dark mood, which is also why it is considered one of Goya's black paintings. Goya's use of color on the skin brings out great contrast in the subjects and blends the skin with darker tones to define the shading and lighting. The use of red, which is the blood of the consumed carcass, is the best use of contrast because it is well-centered and it is the only color that stands out from the rest of the painting to easily catch the viewer's attention. The painting depicts one of the Greek titans, Saturn, in a crazed state as he wildly consumes the body of one of his sons. According to the legend, Saturn, who had already overthrown his own father, learned from a prophecy that one of his own sons would overthrow his power. Saturn was obsessed with preventing the prophecy from being fulfilled, so he devoured each of his children as soon as they were born. His wife successfully hid his last child, Jupiter, from Saturn, and the prophecy was later fulfilled. There are many theories as to why Goya would paint such a horrific image in the walls of his own home, and ironically, it is on the walls of his dining area. Some theories believe that Goya was so embittered by the political unrest of his beloved Spain, and that he felt the need to express his bitterness through his art. Perhaps he was using symbolism, with Spain being the sun and the oppressors being Saturn. Others believe the painting is a twisted representation of his relationship with his own sons. This could mean that either he was just a madman, or he was just expressing his thoughts and feelings about the current situation he was in. Overall, the painting captures Francisco Goya's views between reality and Greek mythology through his imagination, and how he utilizes light, color, and line to leave the audience in shock.